folks. We did a class of 2014. We endured the pace of the road, less travel. I'd like to start by thanking Netflix, but you know for its hit TV show House of Cards, and the Citadel grad, Frank Underwood, for being a fantastic example of how a person's character endures. So here's what I know. Whether good, bad, or ugly, character always endures. And unlike Frank Underwood, Citadel men and women are made of positive, enduring character. Class of 2014, it's been a journey. And the journey we started back in August of 2010 will continue for the rest of our lives as we continue to learn, grow, and endure. I'll never forget reporting on Matriculation Day in August of 2010. The heat, the sweat, the nerves, and that rush. You all know what I'm talking about. But there's one other person that really struck a chord with me, and that's Sergeant Major Bauer. And he said to me, "How you doing, son?" I just mumbled something to him real stupid under my breath, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, it's the small things in life we remember that have the most profound impact on our lives. And that's what really makes a difference. And that's why we all came to the Citadel." Which makes me wonder, where in the world is Sergeant Major Bauer's diploma? I mean, he's been here for 16 years serving cadets, so I guess that means he's retiring, but he's also graduating. So I think he deserves a diploma. And really, truly, he made a profound impact on our lives. And it's the mark that he made that we should recognize. And now it's our time to leave a mark on the world. And the mark that we make on the world as Citadel men and women will be profound. And it will endure. Because we're entering a world that's afraid. There's hope. Because we're the leaders that provide hope and change. And I'm not talking about, regular hope and change that we have right now. I'm talking about Citadel hope and change. Because we get things done. And we endure. And as graduating cadets, you all know what that means. You all endure hardships. Therefore, our endurance will be marked by what we accomplish after we leave these hallowed grounds today. But we should never forget why we came here. And that's to grow into something that's bigger than ourselves. And to deal with bigger issues than, holy smokes, is it meatball sub day again today? We're going to have serious problems to face when we get out of here, but that's okay, because we're about to become a part of an enduring long gray line. I believe one of our famous alumni, Pat Conroy, says it best. I wear the ring. Members of the class of 2014, we wear the ring. We're tasked to lead honorable lives, and endure. Go forth and endure. God bless the Citadel, and God bless the class of 2014.
Thank you, Cadet Elmer. We come now to the presentation of our special awards. Because a college is a place for intellectual pursuits, it is most appropriate that the first award of the day would be the Scholarship Medal, the David Shingler Spell First Honor Graduate Award. Each year, the Scholarship Medal and the First Honor Graduate Award are presented to the first class cadet who has obtained the highest academic standing in the class, based on the total college record. The Cadet Scholarship Medal and the David Shingler Spell First Honor Graduate Award will be presented to the first honor graduate by Lieutenant General John Sands, member of the Board of Visitors. Would General Sands please come to the podium? And also the first honor graduate, Cadet Major Ryan Joseph Uday, would you please come forward to the podium?
Standing beside me is Cadet Ryan Joseph Uday from Raleigh, North Carolina, and he's a physics major with minors in computer science and aerospace science. Cadet Uday completed research in fluid instrument design and went through training under high G-force and hyperbaric environments. He was chosen for 2 summer NASA projects, one at NASA's Ames Research Center involving robotic systems and drones, and at one at NASA's Marshall SFC as a project manager, supervising both graduate and undergraduate students in designing research-specific systems. He is developing a photometer that attaches to a telescope for a suborbital laboratory. Cadet Boudet has a 4.0 GPA. He's earned gold stars all 4 years at the Citadel, and he was the lead editor of the Gold Star Journal, as well as the 2nd Battalion Executive Officer. He's been accepted into the PhD program in aerospace science at Texas A&M University, but is also interested in obtaining a pilot slot in the United States Navy to eventually become an astronaut. It is my pleasure to present the David Shingler-Spell First Honor Graduate Award to Cadet Major Ryan Joseph Boudet. The second honor graduate is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Donald Preston Hips, Jr. from Pelion, South Carolina. Cadet Hips, an English major with a minor in Spanish, Cadet Hips has served this year as chairman of the Honor Committee, a position that gave him responsibility for overseeing all the processes and procedures that sustain and enforce the Citadel's Honor Code. In addition, Cadet Hips is the co-founder and leader of the Citadel Ethics Debate Team, which placed 5th in the 2012 Southeast Regional Ethics Bowl competition. Also, Cadet Hips was Vice President of Inn of Court, a Humans Affairs Sergeant, as well as a Squad Sergeant. He has achieved Gold Stars honors by maintaining a perfect 4.0 grade point average while serving as one of the 3 highest ranking cadets in the Citadel's 2,300 Cadet Corps. In addition, Cadet Hips received the Colonel Joseph E. Perkins Honor Committee Award for exceptional leadership and dedication to honor system operations in the South Carolina Corps of Cadets. Upon graduation, Cadet Hips will accept a Fulbright scholarship to Mexico for 1 year, after which he will begin law school at Harvard University. It is indeed my pleasure to present the David Shingler-Spell Second Honor Graduate Award to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Donald Preston Hips, Jr.
Our next special award is the John O. Wilson Ring. Dr. John O. Wilson was a Citadel graduate, class of 1862, and a Confederate cavalryman in Company F, 6th South Carolina Cavalry, a unit known as the Cadet Company because it was made up of Citadel cadets. He became a successful lawyer, preacher, and editor, and served as the 2nd president of Lander College in Greenwood, South Carolina. He established a fund for the John O. Wilson Ring in 1911. The coveted John O. Wilson Ring is given each year in honor of the late Dr. Wilson to the first-class cadet, voted by classmates as the finest, purest, and most courteous of the class. Colonel T. Hooper, member of the Board of Visitors, will present the award. The 2014 recipient of the John O. Wilson Ring is Cadet Captain Khalil Paul Puri. Cadet Corey, please come forward.
Lapel. Good. Lapel.
The class of 2014 voted to award the Wilson Ring to Khalil Hall Corey from Spartanburg, South Carolina, physical education, health exercise, and sports science major with a concentration in physical education, health, and wellness. In addition to being a Dean's List student 7 times, Cadet Corey has held several positions in his company and in his battalion. Company clerk, battalion clerk, first sergeant, and kilo company commander. As a company commander, he has overall responsibility for managing kilo company and ensuring members of his company understand the meaning of becoming a principal leader centered on our core values: honor, duty, and respect. Cadet Corey has also served as Summerall Guard commander and co-captain of the lacrosse team. In keeping with the long-standing tradition, I'm also presenting you with a letter from last year's recipient of the Wilson Ring. Next year at this time, it'll be your responsibility to carry on this tradition by sending a letter to the Wilson Ring recipient for the class of 2015. It's my privilege to congratulate you on the Wilson Ring.
We will now present the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Awards. Algernon Sidney Sullivan, an American jurist, statesman, and orator, has been memorialized by the New York Southern Society for, quote, constant helpfulness to his fellow man, an immaculate life, and never-failing fidelity to public and private trust, unquote. At selected institutions across the country, including the Citadel, awards bearing his name are given to those whose deeds make them deserving. The Citadel is pleased to present awards to individuals who have exemplified the traits which distinguished Mr. Sullivan. The 2 recipients this year are Dr. Julie Ann Lepovsky from our faculty and Cadet Major Nolan Ronald Moore. Would they please come forward? Dr. Lepovsky, I would ask Dr. Lepovsky to stay with me while I read this citation, although I know it will embarrass me. Dr. Julie Ann Lepovsky joined the Department of Psychology faculty in 1991, and in the 2 decades since, her impact on the Citadel and the Charleston community has been extensive. A valuable professor and psychologist, Dr. Lepovsky has taken on the challenge of improving the Citadel environment by spearheading a number of programs on campus to help students, faculty, and staff become more aware and understanding of diversity in all of its forms. She is the leader of the Citadel National Coalition Building Institute team, which has already trained approximately 100 faculty, staff, and students in experiential workshops on diversity. She has partnered with the South Carolina Board of Equality to implement Safe Center workshops to enhance the understanding and awareness of the needs of our diverse community. She has also created programs for Women's History Month. As a teacher and as a member of the campus community, Dr. Julie Lepovsky has lobbied the importance of kindness, consideration, consideration and sympathy, and above all, she has been a model of the value of respect. In recognition of her passionate and relentless work to ensure that all members of the Citadel community feel respected, the Citadel is proud to present Dr. Leposki with the Algernon Sidney Sullivan. Cadet Moore, come and join me as we read your citation.
A native of Lynchburg, South Carolina, Cadet Major Golden Ronald Moore is a history major who has distinguished himself through his compassionate and humanitarian spirit. As a cadet, he has selflessly used his free time to make a difference in the lives of others. At the First Prince Preschool in Sri Lanka, he taught English as a second language to underprivileged children. He assisted children with mathematics and literature at the St. Francis Boys Home, and he taught English in Guatemala at the Asociación Rosa del Amor to girls who were victims of sexual or physical abuse. He has also volunteered at an orphanage and at an elderly care facility, and he has served as the leader intern at the Children's Defense Fund to improve literacy for underprivileged children. At La Puerta de Esperanza, a program that assists Hispanic people in Greenwood, South Carolina, he taught English as a second language and gave music lessons. He also mentors and coaches inner-city students through the First Team Greater Charleston organization. In recognition of his servant leadership and his concern for helping the underprivileged, the Citadel is proud to award Cadet Major Nolan Ronald Moore with the Algernon Sidney Sullivan. Years ago, the college established the James A. Grinsley Jr. Award for Undergraduate Teaching Excellence. The award recognizes outstanding performance by a member of the undergraduate faculty in the area of teaching and service to our undergraduate cadets. The recipient of this